Da, 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 da. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I was late today. I lost track of time dealing with a stupid troll on Facebook. Somebody wasn't a fan. It's funny. Like I posted a meme yesterday about Demi Lovato, and it's like the Demi Lovato. It's like the headline of her saying she's non-binary, and then I posted I made an image, the image combiner, and it's like her, and then at the bottom of it, it's the guy going, "Oh no." So anyway, and like 70 likes in the Bounding into Comics group, and then two people decide to try to troll me on the post and be like, "Well, if you don't care, then why did you even say anything?" Like, I'm like, well, because 70 people find it funny, and it's a joke, it's a meme, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. You know, these, and I finally just went off on the other guy. I eloquently roasted him. He kept trying to come back, and it was like I just roasted him, and people were like loving the comments. So today, this guy, I'm just like, I clicked on his profile. I'm like, let's see what I'm dealing with here. Because I was, okay, number one, you've got a bunch of frames on your profile pictures. I'm like, weird, stupid shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so I'm dealing with a mental midget, first of all. And I look at him, and this dude is just like this dumpy looking fucking weirdo who looks like he smells like rotten eggs and like sweat and shame. So I'm like, bro, I'm like, it's always pigs like you who try to defend these people. I'm like, I was like, and you've got like a cutout of Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm like, I know you do nasty stuff to that anyway by the looks of you. So go play with your Sarah Michelle Gellar cutout and leave grown folks alone. I'm like, you made the conscious decision to comment on my post. So whatever happens to you after that, if I roast your dumb ass, then don't cry and whine. And it's like, dude, just post like, you just posting GIFs. I'm like, what? That's not even a comeback, dude. You're not even like, I'm a cunning linguist. I'm like, these people are just, it's like, I'm playing chess and they're trying to play like hungry hippos. I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm done ranting. We had a great time last night with the ladies' night. Vassy and Lola were here. It was wonderful. It was a good time. Katie couldn't join us. She will be on the next one. Work made her unavailable, which is totally understandable. I'm sorry I was late. Like I said, between that and I was cleaning up the house, I got a real estate agent coming to look at the house today because I'm getting ready to list it. So yeah, busy stuff. And I actually got my first, well, it's in 2 weeks. I have my first in-class assignment that's not teaching a gym class. So I have my 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in the classroom now. So yay! It's like the last week of school too. So I told the principal this morning. I was like, look, I'll just put Scarface on. We'll make popcorn. She's like, yeah, it seems like a good idea. I'm like, I'm glad she knows my sense of humor, you know. Or else that would have been terribly, terribly awkward. Let me go over here and check the chat. I'm on the wrong screen. Here we go. Leo Raylo, good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Brutal Morning Wood. Good morning, Vassy. Good morning, Tina Bojan. Thank you all for joining. Man, you guys are, yeah, that's it, Vassy. She says, when I don't agree with things, I just don't comment on it like an adult. Yeah, let me see if he responded. I'll read them to you in real time. Let me see here if this guy has, if he's come back with anything yet. Let me see. Because yeah, like I said, it was just like, why would you even? I was like, you could have just scrolled right by and not even commented. Like, I was like, Obi-Wan, you have done that yourself. Like, really, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. And the other guy was like, that did it. I'm like, ah, really? My comment goes against the community standards? Oh wow. Only you and the group admins can see this. That's funny. I'm going to screenshot it. I said, this is exactly what I said. It said, and it's never a normal looking person who defends pigs like this. Seriously, it's always fat, dumpy weirdos like you who were like, I'll defend you, McQueen. I said, go bang your Sarah Michelle Gellar cutout, you poor excuse for a troll. Yeah, I refuse to bend to this. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to remove the comment. I won't. I shan't. I shan't do it. I don't think people realize that I do 30-day stints in Facebook jail, like it's 5 minutes in solitary confinement. I don't care. I have 4 Facebook accounts for that reason. It's yeah. Facebook is weird though. Like I said, normally I don't do stuff like that because people are smart enough not to poke the bear. But it's like, you know, all these groups I'm in, most of these people know me. I post memes. It's like I'm posting a meme. Like I said, it's a meme, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. It's okay. You know, if it hurts your feelings, then just scroll on by. You know, scroll on by. You don't have to comment. Nobody made you comment. You know, I just, it's, I mean, does anybody else like find that funny? God, I can't figure out why you like I said, you just be an adult about it. You know, I've got a story I'm pulling up here. It's funny too. I just found it, and it's about Daniel Day Kim, who is from Lost. He was in Spider-Man 2. I think he's on the Hawaii Five-0 a reboot on CBS, which I don't watch. Let's see here. I'm gonna find this article. It was it was kind of funny. I was like, why are you crying about this? I think it was either CBR or comicbook.com. It's about him not wanting to see characters of color die on screen anymore. And I'm like, so they're not allowed to die on screen anymore? You know, I don't understand it. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. I can't, I don't know. It's weird. Like what? Okay. So they think that, it's just, I don't know. It's like, why can't you just accept the fact that your character died? Like who cares? Like, is it that big of a deal? Like, I mean, if you're contracted for like a long period of time on the show, then that's one thing. But, you know, and they kill you off unexpectedly. But if it's a instance where, hey, look, we've got you for this many episodes. Here's how your character's going to go out. And, you know, you're like, oh, okay, you know, I can do that. What, like, I'm sorry. Did you not read the contract? Morning, Gaming Vulture. How you doing, sir? You know, I just, God, like, and that's the thing is like, I don't want people to think I'm anti-diverse. I love Daniel Day Kim in Lost. I mean, one of my favorite shows, like ever, is Lost, and his character of Jin and his wife's son, when they died, like that still like hits me right in the feels. It's a sad death because he refuses to leave her, and they drown together in a submarine. Spoiler alert if you've never seen the show. But yeah, I was just like, what, how? Like, how is this actually a issue that you're acting like it's some grave injustice? Like, I'm sorry, that you think your character should be, you know, infallible to death simply because you're not white? Like, what sense does that make? Here it is right here. I found it, finally. I swear, these websites don't make it easy. They don't make it easy at all. Let me get the screen share up for you folks, though. I hope everybody's well this morning. I'm feeling good. It's a good morning. It's humid here, which I welcome. I hate cold weather. Anything below 70 or 80 degrees is cold to me. And yeah, this is, and we got another one here. Let's see. Oh, that's a video. We're not going to worry about that. All right. So we've got the screen share here. Here's Daniel Day Kim. Good actor. Like I said, I've enjoyed his work. Lost's Daniel Day Kim discusses his characters' deaths across film and television, how he's done with watching characters of color die on screen. Like, now I guarantee you this headline is not as bad as it would seem, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, oh God, 30 days in Facebook jail for that. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. But yeah, so here we go. Daniel Day Kim. Hawaii Five-0 alum Daniel Day Kim wants to stop seeing characters of color die on screen. Kim posted a brief statement on Twitter that summed up his thoughts in Twitter, of course, in a response to a piece from the Huffington Post. Okay, so garbage. And discussed how Asian and Pacific Islander, here we go, are either killed off or slotted into stereotypical roles. Kim listed off, you mean like Shang-Chi, like the you've got to be Chinese to know karate, and Snake Eyes, we've got to recast Snake Eyes as an Asian man because only Asians know karate. Wait, what? Kim listed off various projects he was involved in, including Lost and Spider-Man 2, where he played a character that met a fatal fate. Wow, they paid somebody to write this article. Just keep that in mind. They paid somebody to write this article. Angel, Lost, The Cave, Spider-Man 2, Arena, Andromeda Strain. I've died so many times on screen, it became a real issue for my kids. Oh my God. So it's now one the primary factors in deciding whether I take a role or not. This trope is one of the many for people of color that needs to change. I mean, and I'm sure some of those Spider-Man 2. Okay, so the scene he died in Spider-Man 2, like a lot of people died in that scene. He was one of the scientists that Doc Ock killed, I believe. So there was, excuse me. Frog in my throat. There was many different ethnicities and both genders, both of them, that died in that scene. So I don't I mean, am I off base here? Yeah. Vassy, Sean Bean is a walking spoiler. Also, Kim Coates, they always die. Exactly. They do. So it's like, yeah, if you see Sean Bean in something, it's like you're going to die. Did Caroline Drives? No, she didn't. And some weirdo responded to me and on the Twitter thread. And it was the second time. Somebody's like, ratings don't matter. Not everybody watches the show at the same time. People like you don't understand that. And I'm like, you do know that ratings do kind of matter, because if they didn't, they wouldn't keep track of them. But go on and please tell me more about how the ratings don't matter. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic, dude. Like, I mean, these people are just, they're sorry. They're sorry. I mean, God, like, what? Anyway. Morning, brightest day. Hail to you. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to slap that like button if you haven't yet. Let's go back over here. So Daniel Day Kim is concerned that he's died. He's been paid. He's been paid, I'm sure, quite handsomely to die in a few roles, and it became a real issue for my kids. When I was a professional wrestler and I was a bad guy, a heel, and I'm saying all kinds of brutal stuff to the crowd, I told my son, who was never there, but he would watch the videos. I'm like, Dad's just playing pretend, basically. You know how we play with our lightsabers? Yeah. Well, Dad's playing pretend. Okay. I was like, it's not real. Daddy's really not that mean. I mean, unless somebody tries to troll me on social media, then the gloves come off. But no, it is. It's funny that these these people think that they act like it's such a grave injustice for them to die. And I understand it's like, well, and there's been people of color in leading roles across movies for, since the beginning of time, movies that haven't died. So I don't understand this, this big thing now. It's like, well, we can't die. Hey, his net worth is $12 million. So, I mean, don't cry too. I mean, $12 million is not a lot. I mean, well, it is, but at the same time, it's not, it's not like $50. He's not starving. So, if he turns down roles, then that's on him. Leo Relo says, so only white people should die in movies. Apparently only white people can die in movies now. I want to hear somebody in like the entertainment media say that. I want to only see white people die. White people. It's got to be white people. It's like the WYPIPO. When I saw that like typed out for the first time in a comment thread, I was like, what? I literally was like, should I ask like what that means? It's like the word incel. Like the first time somebody called me that, I'm like, what is this made up ass word? Like, what are you trying to say? It's funny. Let's see. He says, I've died so many times on screen. Okay, so this is just a quote. Previously, Kim has openly served as an advocate for AAPI. It's Asian American Pacific Islanders. Yeah. So we've got BIPOCs and we've got AAPIs and Y people. I mean, everybody's got an abbreviation here. He joined other AAPI actors, including is it Simu Liu? Am I pronouncing that wrong? I don't know. Chloe Bennett in decrying anti-Asian violence after a deadly shooting in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, that was a false narrative. So there's that. Kim also launched a GoFundMe to have a star erected on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for legendary actor James Hong. Kim called Hong the most prolific actor in Hollywood, citing his 60-plus years of experience. Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the guy should be honored. 60 years. That's a long career in any field, especially Hollywood. Also known for his prolific career in voice acting, Kim recently voiced Chief Benja in Raya, The Last Dragon, the father of Raya and the Guardian of the Dragon Gem, the latest animated film from Disney. Okay, who cares? Did he die in that? I wonder. I haven't seen it. I don't watch. I'm not going to watch it. But I mean, did he die in that? Is that problematic? As they say, problematic and gross. I don't know. Brightest Day says they love to speak in portmanteau, but don't ask them what portmanteau means. I don't know what that means. It's just humorous though to even think that you can. This is some kind of like argument. There's only one Last Dragon and it ain't animated. That's about right. Hail Phoenix Animation. What's up, brother? Hail to you. He got turned into stone. Does that count? Vassy, I think it might. That was also a song by ELO, wasn't it? Turn to stone. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, man. Yeah. I like some ELO. That's good stuff. This it kind of hurts my brain. For those of you just joining in, I'm off Facebook for another 30 days. I'll see if normally when they block one of my accounts now, all four of them get blocked, but I'll check just to be sure. I'm not sure, so we'll have to look. Like I said, these they're kind of hosing me here. But whatever. A word blending that, God damn it. My menu just came up here for some reason and it won't go away now. Go away. A word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of two others. Okay. All right. I mean, we're not dealing with, adult pretenders here, keep that in mind. They're adult pretenders. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, here we go. I want to talk about this too, because this kind of goes along with the theme of what we're talking about. And this is an article from a little bit better source of journalism. Well, a lot better, let's be honest, bounding into comics. Big shout out to John, Spencer, Don, Let's see, Josh Berger, and of course, Drew, the Supreme Heretic, whose channel we were on the other night for Rogue Squadron. Here we are right here. Let me get these pop up. Damn, these ads. I swear. Did Kevin Feige just lie about the Ancient One casting in Doctor Strange while promoting Shang-Chi? Well, probably. Let's be honest. It's Kevin Feige. Who knows? Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige might have just stuck his foot in his mouth as he delves further and further into identity, politics, and critical race theory when it comes to casting in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And there he is with ScarJo. Is it me, or does Kevin Feige just have like one of those faces? It's just like, it's weird. Like, his expressions are always just very, very odd. Like, it's almost like he doesn't know how to pose his face in a picture. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. Like, if you look at his facial expressions along the lines, I mean, these yeah, he just looks like soulless to me. That's what I get from Kevin Feige, is like, it's just a void behind his eyes. In a recent interview with Men's Health about the upcoming Shang-Chi, is it I hear everybody saying Shang-Chi. I don't know. Maybe it's just my Michigan accent. I have no idea, but I just say Shang-Chi because I really don't care. I'm not going to see the movie. I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, look, it's Marvel Combat, because it basically looks like Mortal Kombat without like the fun characters. You know, and I'm pissed. My theater opened back up. I was going to go see Godzilla vs. Kong tonight, but they don't open till tomorrow, and I'm leaving town tomorrow morning. So it's like, oh, great, you know, and I kind of want to go see it Sunday night, but I feel like there's something else I have to do Sunday night. I'm not sure. It's not Batwoman, because Batwoman's not on for 3 weeks, which, let's be honest, that hurts. Hey, good morning, Orville Nation. Good morning, sir. PJ. I'll be joining PJ later. Are we doing, is it episode 5 today? Is that Priya? Because I know I wasn't there last week. And I think that was, if the stars, the one about the stars, I forget the titles, but I'm gonna go back and watch the Priya episode again if that's the one we're doing today. Because I haven't watched it in a while. I'm up to the Identity episode, which I'm going to film my reaction for Identity. So I haven't watched those yet. So I'm going to film my reaction to those. I know it's a 2-parter because I kind of scrolled ahead and looked. So, yep. All right, Priya. All right, excellent. So 5:30, you can join us over on Orville Nation, and I'll be joining PJ, and I think Katie's going to be there, and I'm not sure who else is on the cast this evening, but it's always fun. It is always fun, and it's a great show, and it's nice to have a show to not have to complain about. It really is. Don't even get me started on Charlize Theron. That's the only thing I have against Charlize Theron is it's like, hang on a second, I got to go on camera for this because it's just, oh man, Charlize, hon. Where's my mouse? I can't find my cursor. I'm having problems. It's a privilege to have you. Oh, thank you. It's a privilege to come on and join you guys to talk about it. It really is. Let me do this here for a second. Let's see. Charlize, you are a beautiful, talented, seemingly very sweet, caring woman. You dated Sean Penn. That. I feel sorry for you. I mean, I really do. That had to be an act of charity, or somebody dared you. I mean, you know, did you get to meet El Chapo when that happened? I don't know. How did that go? How did that work? Somebody needs. Somebody tweet her and ask her if she got to meet El Chapo. I don't know. All right, back to the article. I promise I'm done. I'll stop now. Here we go. Let's see. So in a recent interview with Men's Health about the upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings film, Feige discussed the casting of Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One in Doctor Strange. Men's Health writer Evan Romano claims Feige expressed regret when he stated, "We thought we were being so smart, so cutting edge," in reference to Swinton's casting. Yeah. Were you though? You know, Feige went on to say, "We're not going to do the cliche of a wizened old Asian man, a A wizened, old, wise Asian man. But it was a wake-up call to say, wait a minute, is there any way to figure this out? Is there any other way to both not fall into the cliche and cast an Asian actor? And the answer to that, of course, is yes. So they race and gender swap the character. You know, that makes sense, doesn't it? This is in direct contrast to what Doctor Strange writer Robert Cargill admitted about the casting. Uh-oh. Cargill explained, the thing about the Ancient One is Marvel's Kobayashi Maru. There is no other character in Marvel history that is such a cultural landmine that is absolutely unwinnable. He went on, I've been reading a bunch of people talking about it, and the really frustrating thing about it this week is that most people who have thoughts on it haven't thought it all the way through, and they go, why didn't they just do this? And it's like, I could tell you why. I could tell you why every single decision that involves the Ancient One is a bad one. Just like Kobayashi Maru, it all comes down to which way you're willing to lose, says Cargill. And here's a panel of the Ancient One from the comics. He went on to detail that if Marvel recognized the Ancient One as being from Tibet, as he is in the comics, you risk alienating China. And we know that Disney wants those sweet, sweet commie dollars. You know, they thrive on that. They're literally, you know, allowing, I don't know, the actress from Mulan, the young lady who played the title role in Mulan, to thank an oppressive regime who is, you know, holding their citizens down from having their voices being heard. It doesn't make much sense. Wow, the audio is playing from this ad in my ear, and it's really distracting. Cargill explained, the Ancient One was a racist stereotype who comes from a region of the world that is in a very weird political place. He originates from Tibet, so if you acknowledge that Tibet is a place, and he's Tibetan, you risk alienating a billion people who think that's bullshit. He elaborated, and risk the Chinese government going, hey, you know, one of the biggest film watching countries in the world, we're not going to show your movies because you decide to get political. Oh my God. Wow. Isn't that kind of ironic that that China is you know going to you know admonish somebody for getting political in films? When you know, well, never mind. I don't want any issues with YouTube on the video, but yeah, it seems we can't talk about our overlords without getting a 17th letter of the alphabet on my video. Or I've gotten the letter. I'll just say it. I don't care. I've got the letter Q stamped on my video for quote unquote conspiracy theory talk when we don't discuss that kind of thing on here. I've got Illuminati stickers on my videos, which has since been removed because I disputed it. And I wrote to YouTube in private, you know, emails. I'm like, what? Why? Like, what is this? Like, what did we say? You know, and they, oh, I'm sorry, it's a mistake. You know, that's all I got. I never got an explanation or anything. Yeah, Vassy, you're absolutely right. Tibet cannot be represented because it apparently offends China. Shang Jinping. I don't know. This is kind of a. It seems like a weird place for Disney. And we discussed this last night, that China doesn't really want this because they don't think he meets the Chinese standards of beauty. Vassy, I believe you told me they called him like basically average, which is, I mean, that's funny. It is. They're like, no, we don't want this movie. This guy's not attractive enough. Cargill even discussed the idea of potentially casting Michelle Yeoh. If we decide to go the other way and cater to China in particular and have him be in Tibet, the thing that makes me pull my hair out, some people are like, why not cast Michelle Yeoh? Well, first of all, Michelle Yeoh is awesome. I would love to make a film with Michelle Yeoh. If you're telling me that you think it's a good idea to cast a Chinese actress as a Tibetan character, you're out of your damn fool mind and have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Cargill concluded, the levels of cultural sensitivity around this thing is that everybody is staking out one particular place and not realizing that every single thing here is a losing proposition. And we could pretend the Ancient One doesn't exist, and then we're just eradicating one of the main characters from the story to just not deal with race. That doesn't sound like Marvel thinking they were smart and being cutting edge, but rather they were trying to placate the Chinese people and the communist government. For that matter, a gender swap and race swap is not cutting edge. It's the opposite. It's a dull blade because it's the most boring of all the Hollywood tricks. Regardless, it's clear that Feige is telling a different story than Cargill, and he might have just gotten caught with his foot in his mouth. Yeah, I think that's. I think it's funny. I really do. I think it's funny that they wanted to do that. You know. Oh God. Oh, Brutal Morningwood says, sounds like a conspiracy, or yet a conspiracy. Someone call Wes Moody. I'm trying to work out a time to get Wes on the show. I really like Wes. I respect Wes. I'm trying to get him on the show, and I forgot to drop a link to a couple friends here who may or may not want to join in. It might be a little bit late now in the game, but yeah, let me go over and do that. So I mean, chat, let me know what you think of this whole situation, because like I said, I think it's funny. I really do. I think it's funny that they, I like to see Marvel squirm. I really do. I like to see Marvel squirm, and I like to see Kevin Feige squirm. It's even better because he's so awkward that it's just funny. It really is. Morning, Machiny. How you doing, sir? Go over, if you're not subscribed to Machiny90. Vassy, you're wrench. Can you post Mackey's link in the chat, please? I would greatly appreciate that, miss, if you could do that. And let's see, Vassy says, Tilda was perfect. I'm going to put your comment up. Tilda was perfect. The ancient one should transcend gender and race. Thus, the androgynous aspect was exactly what was needed. Yes. It was. It was pretty perfect. You're absolutely right, Vassy, and that's why I enjoy your perspective, because we do differ in some of our social and societal views. And I'm not saying that I disagree with you. I'm just saying we have different views, and I enjoy that perspective. And I do agree with you on this. It's a transcendent kind of role. Brightest Day says, the good thing about being labeled a theorist is when you, yes, that's it. That is it. To me, I look at it now as if I get called a conspiracy theorist, odds are I'm right. Because I don't just blindly jump into these things. It's like, I like to do my homework, Brightest Day says Tilda's an amazing actress. No, she absolutely is. She absolutely is. Vassy says, which was also what she did in the Constantine movie. The Angel Gabriel is also androgynous. It's what is needed. I am going to probably get a lot of heat for this. I have not seen Constantine with Keanu Reeves. I have not seen the show, nor have I seen the movie. I've not seen any of it, so I will apologize for that. I am not I'm not. I've never seen any of the John Wick movies either. What is there? Is there 3 of them? Is there 3 John Wick movies? I don't know. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen any of them. Here's Machiny's channel right here. Yeah, subscribe. He's coming back with season 4 of Machiny Live. That'll be starting. It's in a few days, I think. Is it Sunday? Go over and check him out, man. Amazing, talented artist, and just a great guy all around. So you got to give people like that their respect and their just due. And yeah, the only part I'll give you. Let's Brightest Day says the only part of that I'll give you heat for is not seeing John Wick. Yeah, I've never, like I said, never seen it. It's not because I didn't want to see it. It's just one of those movies that was like, it just kind of snuck by me, and I never went back and watched it. Phoenix says Constantine was an awesome movie, basically a 90-minute guitar smoking ad. Machiny says Tilda was superb in Doctor Strange. She's one of my picks for the first female doctor over Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, and that's speaking of Doctor Who, which I'm not a Whovian. I've watched I think 3 episodes of Doctor Who, and all of them have had Jodie Whittaker, because I watch Nerdrotic and a couple other channels talk about Doctor Who, because I have friends that have been fans of the show, and I listen to them talk about how bad it's gotten. So I'm like, I watch Batwoman, I can make it through anything, So I went over to the BBC on my cable on demand, and I put on the beginning of, I think it's series 12, because Whittaker's been there, was it like 11 and 12? It was series 12. Hail Angelus Draven, man. Hail to you, sir. Welcome. Draven, we're going to get Draven back on the show really soon. Should bring you on next Wednesday night. I'll check your schedule. I know I have your schedule. I'll look. If you're available, you can come on. We got Mad Mardigan coming on next Wednesday too. It's been a while. I owe him an appearance on Street Smarts, so I'll be trying to do that on a Saturday. Saturdays in the spring and summer are very busy for me, as I'm not home a lot. I'm out doing things and not sitting by my computer. So yeah, and I just cleaned my weight room yesterday, so it's like I am going to, I was out playing with some of the dumbbells and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start lifting again, at least 4 days a week. So yeah, yep. And the thing is, like the house I'm looking at, I'll have room to actually set up like a full weight room in my basement like I used to have. I'm so excited to get out of this house. It's a nice house. It's just too small for my family, so we're gonna move. But yeah, Draven. All right, so you're out at 7. Excellent. So 8:30 then you're on. You and Mad Mardigan, and me and Tony. That's the show next Wednesday night. I was going somewhere with Doctor Who. Okay, so I watched 3 episodes of Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker, and wow, not good. And I say this as somebody who has a very limited knowledge of Doctor Who, but like I said, I went back and, I'm like, okay, so I got to watch, I'm watching Gary talk about it and things like that. And I'm like, okay, so you kind of get a feel for the premise of the show. And The Drinker, I watched Critical Drinker, rip that show to shreds. And it just seemed very contrived the way they, did the Timeless Child episode. But the episodes I saw, the first 3 episodes of series 12 were just, it's bad. Like it's bad. Like, I don't know. I couldn't, like, Jodie Whittaker just didn't seem to fit in the role at all. The dialogue is wonky. It's just a weird fit. Vassy says, Jodie's a fantastic actress in Broadchurch. I don't know what the hell happened to Doctor Who. See, I've never seen her in anything else, so I can't speak to that. But no, I don't really blame her, for the right. It's obviously the writing is not her fault, much the same way it's not, the actors and actresses' fault on Batwoman that the writing is so terrible. But sometimes you can outperform bad writing if your character is a nutcase like Rachel Scarston. And I find it funny that Rachel Scarston is on Batwoman when she was actually on the original Birds of Prey show, which only got 1 season, and it had a good cast. We're gonna pull that cast up in a minute. That show had a really, if you look at it, and plus it had Dina Meyer. I'm sorry, I don't care how old Dina Meyer is. Yeah. I would marry her. She's one of those women, and I loved her in Starship Troopers too. I was like, you have to understand. I grew up on like 90s primetime soaps like Melrose Place and Beverly Hills 90210, and she was in both of those. So, yeah. However, like the race and gender swapping of the Ancient One, this might be Feige trying to sell Shang-Chi to both North America and Chinese audiences, following a report that Chinese audiences are less enthusiastic about the film, and that the communist government might actually ban the film from entering the country. Oh, that report from Variety detailed that China's we covered this in a video, that China's Ministry of Propaganda, basically, would not let the film in to the country. And we know, so they wrote, you change the name and it's not Fu Manchu anymore. The Mandarin is inherently a character that blackens the image of the Chinese people. Yeah, Yellow Flash was talking about Fu Manchu the other day, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder how that's going to work out, in today's climate. If they're going to be able to use Fu Manchu. Probably not. Probably not. That's like what was the character in Better Off Dead? Was it Long Duck Dong? I mean, seriously, look back at the 80s. Look back at the 80s, and I'm going to apologize for, kind of clearing my throat and stuff. I am getting over a very, very severe cold, and the meds I'm on are kind of making me do that. So I do apologize. I know it sounds less than professional, and I don't want to mute my mic all the time because then you just get dead air. And I could play a bumper, but we're on the morning show, and it's just me, so... help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. I mean, we can always just do this. I don't know. Shit. But no, I'm gonna pull up the cast for the and there I forget. No, it's the Birds of Prey show, which, like I said, it had a good cast. It really did. And that was from 2002. Kind of ahead of its time. What's his name? Shamar Moore was in it, which is hilarious. Derek Morgan. Let's see here. Here we go, right here. Let me go back. I'll screen share this. Tina Bojan. Rumor has it that the Mandarin will be replacing Fu Manchu. Yes, that's kind of what. 16 Candles. Thank you, Draven. Like I said, it's been so long since I've seen either of those. There's another one I need to buy, and that's Heathers. That movie is hilarious. I watched that with my sister and my older cousins. She used to love that movie. We'd sit around, like I said, watch Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Man, good times. The 80s, can't beat those movies. Really can't. Here we go, right here. Birds of Prey. So, one season. Like what? Is there no justice? There is no justice. None. Let's see. So we had Ashley Scott, Dina Meyer. See, she was Barbara Gordon. Rachel Scarston was Dinah Lance. Shamar Moore. Yeah, Ian Abercrombie as Alfred. Ian, for those of you who don't know, Ian Abercrombie, he was my most recognizable role from him is Mr. Pitt in Seinfeld. I absolutely love that. Let's see here. So who else do we have? I don't know Sean. Mia Sara, I know who that is. She was Mia Sara was in Ferris Bueller. Legend. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Stranger Among Us. Time Cop too. Oh, she married Sean Connery's son? Huh. Nice. Wow, good for you, Mia Sara. But yeah, I mean, it had a good cast. So, I don't know. I actually, when I did when Birds of Prey was coming out, I did a video about, I was one of my videos, and I was talking about that. I said, yeah, it's like the Birds of Prey movie coming out with Margot Robbie and, female Juicy Smollett, Journey Smollett. I was like, not the good Birds of Prey that came out in 2002, and I played like a title clip, from the intro to that show and got a copyright claim for it, whatever. It was worth it. Brightest Day, Dana Meyer. Yep. She's one of those like 90s crushes, that still is. I just, one of those deals. No, there's such a superhero shows. I mean, look at them back then. I mean, Smallville, I can't remember. Smallville didn't come out till what was it, like 04, 05. But, those shows really didn't get taken seriously back then. And I mean, look at the CW now, and it's like few and far between that they get taken seriously now. I need to watch the Superman and Lois episode. I really do, because I'm afraid that they're gonna, they're gonna go woke with it and ruin it. Which the show is great. Tyler Hoechlin is wonderful as Clark. He's good as Superman. He really is. The kids are good. They fit the story well. They don't seem too forced or anything. Vassy says Dana ages like fine wine. Yep. Yeah. Wait, what did you say? Draven, DMR was in Starship Troopers, and Johnny Mnemonic. I forgot. Yeah, she was a cop. She was a detective in the Saw franchise too. I've got right here. Here, let me in my my Blockbuster video behind me here. I've got the first three, which to me after that it kind of went off the rails. And oh yeah, I forgot. So for the I Love the 80s, because I'm not gonna have time to fully produce a. Well, I might. I don't know. Let me know right now in the chat. What would you rather have me review for the I Love the 80s entry this weekend? We have Galaxy High episode 6, or let me check the year. Yes, or I can do this one, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. This is one of my absolute favorite off the wall kind of zombie movies. I watched this as a kid on VHS so many times. My mom recorded it for me off like Showtime or something. But yeah, I love the Return of the Living Dead Part 2. It's just fun because the zombies are so goofy. And it has Tom Matthews from Friday the 13th Part 6, who played, he played the Tommy Jarvis character. Do return. Hey, Paulie! Hey, orale! Orale! Paulie, welcome. He said, do return. All right. Chat, so far we got one vote for Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Return of the Living Dead Part 2 was a ripoff of Fright Night. Well, you know what? John Davies, well, first of all, welcome. And I can speak to that because I have both of them right here. My collection behind me here. And this is another one that I'm probably going to do for the 80s is the original Creep Show. So yeah, I've got a lot of 80s stuff that just in my collection that I can pull from. Fright Night. Oh, that's a great movie. It really is. It's one of my favorite vampire movies from the 80s. Only bested in the 80s vampire genre by Lost Boys. Lost Boys is, that's to me that I can't, it doesn't get any better than Lost Boys. Draven says being a vampire and all, I approve. Here's another one. I don't know if you guys have seen this, let me know. But this is another fun one that Carl Weathers, baby, Action Jackson. And Craig T. Nelson is the bad guy in it. Coach. Hey, who's that? We haven't seen in a while. Snortapoopus Q Burr. Hello, humans and other critters, he says. Hello, Snortapoopus. Thank you for joining us. We've got a great. So it looks like. Wait, John Davies. What do you say? Fright Night was a great movie. Meta before it was meta. Shame what happened to Evil Ed. In real, I am not aware of what happened to Evil Ed. Leave a comment. Let me know what happened to Evil Ed. So it looks like we'll be doing Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I will watch this. I'm leaving town tomorrow, so I will, after I'm done over on Orville Nation tonight with PJ and the gang. I will work on that. I'm just going to Vassy. I told you last night on air how many screenshots I take, and those of you who didn't catch the show last night. Or if you've not heard me mention it, I for my Batwoman video, the last one, we'll just use that for an example, which is over 200 views now, and I am You people love my suffering, and I'm so glad that many people sit through a 22-minute video of me ranting and raving about a horrible show. So for the Batwoman reviews, all right. So here's how I do my reviews. Sunday night, I normally don't watch it when it airs because I'm usually doing something else. DVR it after the wife goes to bed. Come out the living room, sit here with my backup computer, and hail Keely Chow, welcome. I'll say, good, let the hate flow through you. I'll sit here and I will watch the show and I'll type my review out as I watch it. That normally takes me anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. I suffer. Okay, so that's just writing the review. Then I'll go back through after I'm done typing it, and I'll read it through, and then I'll put my notes in where I'm going to put a GIF, a GIF or a clip in, or like a musical interlude, something like that, in the review, and so that goes through. I do that, and that's okay. So Monday morning, take the kid to school, get home. I sit down and I screen record the episode in the morning on my computer. And then as I'm recording my voiceover, I'll go through and I'll take the corresponding screenshots. Now, I might do a segment or a voice track that's 25 seconds for a certain scene, right? So I'll do a 25-second voice track. I might take 15 pictures for that 25 seconds and use 4 or 5. So it's like there's a lot of pictures I just don't use. I had to delete off of my computer. I was like, it's like your memory's getting full in this area, and I'm looking. I'm like, what? I looked down. There was 3,000 to 4,000 screenshots in my snapshot file. I'm like, oh my god. From all these episodes, it was ridiculous. Well, that's Galaxy High and Batwoman. All those go in there. And yeah, so I take a lot of screenshots to do those stupid reviews. Pursuing Paranormal, Cody, hail to you, sir. I need to go back up and acknowledge John Davis because he gave me what happened to Evil Ed. His life took a turn, drugs and poor decisions. He went on to do shady gay porn as Sam Ritter. Seems to have turned it down a little now. Oh, I mean, hey, if you want to do gay porn, not that Seinfeld, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it sucks that his life took a bad turn. We just hope he doesn't go out like John Holmes. I have a very dark sense of humor. To those of you who are new here, I apologize. I have a very dark sense of humor, though. Another review I owe you guys as I'm reaching over here is I bought this movie when Family Video was going out of sale or out of business, which I bought a lot of my movies when they were going out of business. You can see by like the blue and the rental cases behind me over here. So I just went up there and just was buying, and I bought like Terminator and Die Hard and Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And this is another one that I want to do for the 80s. Is Summer School with Mark Harmon, which I have loved this movie since I was a kid. It was like one of my mom's favorite movies. She loved that movie. So I was like, another one I still have on VHS. But this is a terrible, terrible, terrible movie, I'm sure. I haven't watched it yet. I know the premise, the cast. I covered it for the channel back in 2019 into 2020. Chick Fight. With Malin Ackerman, number one OnlyFans girl Bella Thorne, and Alec Baldwin. I'm gonna do a video on that. That will be actually a Cleveland. That's going to be a Cleveland Brown review right there. I'm not going to do that one seriously. But yeah, that'll be a Stool Ben review. Donkey Source Rex: A Summer School's a fun movie. Oh, what is it? Chainsaw and Dave in that the horror movie guys. As a kid growing up who loved horror movies, and it's like when I watched that with one of my friends, and they didn't get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre references, and I had already seen, 2 or 3 of them at that point. I think there was two out at that point. The original one I watched, like I said, I watched horror movies well before I should have. And that was, like I said, older cousins. And like I said, normal kids, I don't know. Normal, aren't watching Freddy Krueger, when they're 6 years old. But I was, it was, it just horror movies have always been a huge part of my life. And I watch them year round. I don't just, it's not just a Halloween thing. Vassy says more bad reviews. Oh, girl, I got you. You got the Asylum stuff over there. I actually used to stream with somebody who worked for Asylum. That's why he hates the movies so much. Yeah, he does. He hates them. John Davies says if you're gonna avoid going full bore mainstream, Gremlins, Goonies. Yeah, I did a review of Goonies only because, and I did this last year because when after this pandemic hit and the theaters stopped having new movies, my local family-owned theater started showing classics, and I got to review the Goonies and I'd never seen Goonies in the theater. It was one I didn't get to see as a kid. So I got to go and sit down with my, I think I went to that one by myself. I went to that by myself. I get to sit in the theater and watch Goonies, and I was so excited. And then Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, I took my son to, and my wife, and I took my son to see the original Jurassic Park, which he loves Jurassic Park. I took him to see that. The big T-Rex kind of scared him a little bit, which is odd because he's watched Halloween and stuff with me. But John, I have seen The Explorers, not in a long time. That was a movie. I tried to build that spaceship out of a cardboard box in my toy room as a kid. That's how much I love that movie. And they actually, I'd have to look. I know I still have them. They used to, I think it was a Muppet magazine. They used to have like a Muppet magazine. And in one of those, they did a story about the Explorers. I think it was like during the making of it. So I had I had that copy, and I used to look at that when I was building, like trying to build my spaceship. So yeah, and I did want to kind of talk about the channel a little bit because I am going to try to get away from the daily short videos. Those will, like today, I'm not gonna have time to do one because as soon as I'm done here, I got to go to work. And when I come home, I've got a realtor coming over and I've got stuff. But later on, like I said, I've got a special project I have to edit up. Special project. I have to edit up and get ready for tonight. It's going to be released tomorrow. And I can't really talk about the nature of that yet, but I'm working on it. I have that to do. Like I said, I'm going to watch this movie, Return of the Living Dead. I'm going to do a review of that to release. That'll be released Saturday. But I'm probably going to burn the midnight oils tonight because I'm going to have to record some content for the weekend. There'll be a couple shorter videos, maybe like a point and shoot. But article videos are kind of going to go by the wayside here. Outside of the short videos, you're not going to get, me covering an article in a 10 to 15 minute video anymore. Those are going to be strictly for live streams where I have a panel to discuss with and bounce things off. I want to make things more enjoyable here for my subscribers, and maybe bring some new people in. Yes, you'll still get Batwoman. It'll happen. I'll still review that. I owe you guys Prodigal Son, the series finale, which I want to talk about. He's not in the chat yet. He's probably working. But Nano Reaper is going to be coming on for the first time to the channel, and we'll be discussing Prodigal Son. Like I said, I'm going to produce an individual video for the finale, and then him and I will talk about the series overall. And possibly, like I said, there was an article written yesterday, I think, about the show moving forward and the probabilities of it moving to a streamer. Which, if it did, I would be ecstatic because I love that show. And it's, like I said, the only Berlanti show outside of Superman and Lois that hasn't gone full-blown woke. It had its moments, but Michael Sheen is an absolute treasure in that. Tom Payne is wonderful. Aurora Perrineau, Halston Sage, Lou Diamond Phillips, Bellamy Young. It's got a good cast. It really does. So, and John Davies, I know you're talking about the Goonies and stuff like that. That's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got the Blu-ray. We got Goonies and the Gremlins 1 and 2 on that one. So, yeah. Those are, and there's another one down here. I'm pretty sure this came out in the 80s. Oh, 91. Never mind. Never mind. But that'll be one that I'll do later on just for fun. Is this. I want to talk about this movie because people either love this movie or they hate it. This movie is fun. I mean, plus it had John Candy in it. So, I mean, who doesn't like John Candy or who didn't like John Candy? John Candy was it's like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's another one that is absolutely a blast. I'm just grabbing movies off my shelf here. You guys, what were your thoughts on this one? Cobra. I mean, really, does it get any better than that? I loved Cobra. And it's funny, my son, I joke around with him because he messes around because I told him grandma, my mom, used to hit me with wooden spoons and as a kid. And it's funny, she like tries to deny it now and oh, you just don't remember right. I'm like, Mom, my memory is stupid good. Like, I hate how good my memory is sometimes. I do, because it's like there's some things I want to block out and I can't. Like how much of a nerd I was as a kid and how much I got picked on for being a runt, which, yeah, I'm 6'3", and I was like tiny as a kid. I got picked on all the time. It was fucking horrible. But yeah, it wasn't cool to like wear Star Wars shirts and to school and get picked on. Anyway, so my mom used to hit me with wooden spoons when I'd act a fool as a kid, which was few and far between because I was terrified of my mother and I still am. But yeah, so my son now thinks it's funny to hit me with wooden spoons. And the other day, if you've seen Cobra, the New World Order scene where they're sitting there and they have the blades and like hitting them together. I was doing that with wooden spoons and my son was just laughing. I was like, he didn't really get what I was doing because of Cobra, but I was like, I'm the new spoon order with my spoon. Totally side story there, but yeah. Hey, Chris Underwood is in the house. That's a classic. You're talking about Nothing But Trouble or Cobra? Both of them are classics. Angeles Draven has actually met Richard Horvats from summer school. He also voiced Daggett, Zim, and Alpha 5. Nice. I love Nothing But Trouble. Yeah, man, it's a fun movie, and it's got a Tupac appearance in the Digital Underground, the Humpty Dance. God rest Humpty's soul. Draven said a wooden spoon broke over my ass for calling her a bitch. Needless to say, never happened again. The last time my mom ever hit me with a wooden spoon, I was a freshman in high school. I was like 14. I was sitting there at the dinner table. And I remember my dad was always gone. He was always working. He was out of town. It was me and my mom, my sisters. And I got home from football practice. My sisters were doing something. My mom's in the kitchen. I'm eating. And I said something. And she grabbed a wooden spoon, came over, whap, and hit me over the shoulder with it. And I just went like this. I'm like, are you about fucking done with that? And she never did it again. She never did it again. Better a wooden spoon than a meat tenderizer. That's a funny story. I've never got hit with a meat tenderizer, but I actually made one in Metal Shop for my mom, and she still has it. It was one of the best things I've ever made, and I was terrible in Metal Shop. I was horrible. Like, I had to make a toolbox and like weld it. Holy hell. If you want to see somebody do like bad welding, just anything I've ever welded is absolutely horrible. My meat tenderizer I made was like freaking perfect. And think about it now. This was I was a freshman in the fall of 1994. You could not make something like that in school. I mean, this thing, you could kill somebody with it. It's a thick wooden handle with a metal head that probably weighs about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10, maybe 16 ounces, maybe a pound, as I'm going metric here for some reason. American, we don't use metrics. No, but it's heavy. It's got weight to it. It's got like one blunt end, and then it's got a frickin', it's teeth, and these are sharp. Like, if you press it against your hand hard enough, it will bleed. Think about kids making that in school today. It wouldn't happen. I had the worst like Metal Shop class though. Like, the instructor was great, but he was close to retirement, so he'd miss a lot of stuff. And like, I remember this one guy cut his thumb off, like literally, like right here, just sawed his thumb completely off. It was It was hilarious. He was one of the guys who used to pick on me. So I kind of didn't mind. And then if you're familiar with what a swirly is, he tried, okay, with his hand bandaged. Now, mind you, my freshman year in high school, I'm like 6'1", about 150 pounds. He tried to give me a swirly, right? So he's got his hand bandaged, and he's like trying to push me into a stall. So my dad taught me how to fight. But I didn't, I don't like to fight. So what I did was, and this is going to sound kind of brutal and savage, and I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. His thumb was bandaged. His hand was bandaged, and his thumb was. That was cut off, and he's trying to push me with his good hand, and it just bumped me with his other one. So what I did was, I took my hand, and I grabbed where his thumb was cut off, and I just squeezed and twisted as hard as I could until he was on his knees, and I just walked out. And one of the teachers knew kind of what was going on, and yeah, I didn't get in any trouble for it, but he got suspended for a week. And then when he came back, because he was like a sophomore that got held back, so he was like a year older, and he was an idiot. And he was sitting there and behind me, and it was like world geography or something like that, and he was throwing like racial epithets at me. Go figure. And literally all I did was turn around, stand up, and we had those desks that you sit down in, and I grabbed his desk and I just flipped it over, and he landed on his freaking head. And I didn't like pick him up, I just like tipped it sideways, and he fell over, like right in the middle of class, like in the middle of a lecture, as he's sitting there like whispering in my ear. So yeah, again, we both got sent to the office, and I got sent back to class, and he got sent home for another week, and that was after he got suspended for a week. Never messed with me again after that, which was it was kind of nice. As somebody who got picked on as a kid, it was kind of nice to get that comeuppance. Did you? No, we never became friends. We never became friends. Give each other a high four. I was like, hey, oh, you can't do that, can you? Oh, hey, look, hey, you got your thumb, No, but that's enough stories about my childhood and the traumas I've endured. My sketchbook 340, what's up? Pursuing paranormal. Yeah, I see you, man. Not as dangerous as that Walmart meat log. Holy hell, yeah, Precious beat up her arch nemesis with a meat log. You know what? Let's rehash that story. What the hell? Let me go over here to the smoking gun, and not the Mary Sue, not the Mary Sue. Here's another one. Naked woman nabbed after mini standoff. Here we go. Here's the meat log story. Let me share it. Hey, my sketchbook. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you. We're doing well. We're doing well this morning. Everything is good. Like I said, my voice is fully coming back. We're better. We're not sick anymore. It wasn't. And I've told everybody this. It wasn't the. I didn't have the beer bug. Didn't have the coof. I was gonna get tested if I didn't get better though. I really was. But here's a woman busted for ground beef battery. And this was in the potato chip aisle. And it's funny because like I buy these things sometimes, and yeah, it's like they're big. I mean, this is it's a big hunk of meat, and yeah, she went oops upside your head with that. Hit her right in the face. I said, then she threatened to beat up her 7-year-old daughter. Yeah, this is let's see, this is what's her name? This is Garner. She tried to spit on her. Is it Precious? Yeah, she tried to spit on her, and then, like I said, she threatened her 7-year-old, and this chick had her 5-year-old with her in the store too, which makes it even worse. So you're trying to spit on somebody, and this and like I said, Vassy, when you travel to the States, you need to check out a Walmart, seriously. And if you do go to Florida, and it was funny, I was talking to my wife about this morning. I was like, I'm like, when people come to the States, because I live in Michigan, when people come to the States, it's like, nobody wants to go to Michigan. Like, everybody wants to go to like Florida or like California or New York, Texas, Louisiana. Nobody wants to go to Michigan. I'm always shocked when I run into people who are vacationing here from like out of the country that aren't from Canada. Because Canada is basically right across the lake from us. I used to hang out in Canada all the time when I was 19 because that was the drinking age there. So we'd go to Canada for go to the bars and stuff like that. But yeah, why would you come to Michigan? I mean, there's some entertaining Walmarts here. Vassy says Walmart is really the Wild West. Yes, it is. Bro Morningwood says like either of them chicks never took a meat log to the face before. Oh, dude, that was yeah, that's a point. Oh, she does people Walmart live streams. That's a great website too. Walmart's a scary place. It's full of scary people. The parking lots are death traps. You know, I laugh because they've been playing music on the PA system outside of the Walmart, and it's a lot of like 80s stuff, which is great. I don't mind, that. But then you walk inside Walmart and it's like the Jerry Springer show. It's more like the 90s. Donkeysaurus Rex says the true mistake foreign visitors make only go to beaches, New York, LA, and DC. You missed much of the actual US. That's it. That's it, man. I live in what is called, a flyover state, and Michigan is beautiful. It really is. Like I don't like it here because I don't like the weather. Because it's either you can have all four seasons in one day, or it's cold. Like summertime here usually lasts a week. Like I'm joking. I'm of course being facetious, but like right now it's like 80 degrees out, which is great. But it was 40 like 6 days ago, and then it was 40, 40, 40, 40, and now it's 80. But then 2 days from now it could be 30 and snow. That's just the way Michigan is. Trips to Walmart like a National Geographic. Yes, it is. It's a white trash documentary. It truly is, Vassy. John Davies, aren't the Wildcats the mascot of Michigan State University? Or Speed lied to me. Speed lied to you. Michigan State University's mascot is the Spartans. The school in Michigan that we shall not speak its name, the University of Michigan, is the Wolverines. Both of my in-laws went to school there. I am a Ohio State Buckeyes fan because I like winning. Which one of my grandmas is from Columbus. The one that didn't come over through Ellis Island is from Columbus. So I'm kind of a Buckeyes fan. But yeah, so this is the lady who is beating beating another patron in the face with a meat log. Yeah, that's always fun. Miriam, hello. Says hello, chat. It is so hot over there. Over here, it's damn cold. No, it's. I love that. If it's below, like I said, 70, 80 degrees, I don't like it. I hate cold weather. I'm like the only like European who just can't deal with the cold. I can't deal with it. I'm not, and it's not because of bad circulation. I've been to the doctor. I just hate cold weather. Like I said, I'm Russian with my family. Like one side, my dad's side, they were Russian Jews. I'm the only Russian that can't ice skate. You should see me on skates. I look like a baby deer trying to walk for the first time. If you've ever seen that, that is me on ice skates. Terrible on ice skates. The first time I rollerbladed, we won't even get into that. It was humorous because I used to play roller hockey. That's why I was always goalie. I'm like, I'm wearing tennis shoes. I'm gonna play goalie. Like I don't need to wear blades to play goaltender. But so so I've got, like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming up here for you guys, for my friends, family, subscribers. Thank you all. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are great. Hanging out here on the live streams and everything. I'm not ending it yet. We got a few minutes yet. But yeah, it is. This is fun to me. Like I said, this is and the morning stream is a different vibe than the the going in raw or going rogue, and it's great. Last night at the beginning of the show, I'm doing the intro and I blank on what show it is. I'm like going in rogue. Go what? Like I was watching it this morning. I'm like, oh my god, like did I really blank on the name of my own show? I really did. it's humorous that I would do that, but hey, it happens to the best of us, right? With my sketchbook 340 says our Walmarts are so dangerous in Texas. You get shot, not just the El Paso one, you get killed in the parking lot. See, it's not like that here. I'm not gonna lie, like Detroit and in Flint, Michigan, are two of the most crime-ridden cities in the entire state. Well, actually, they were ranked as at one point as two of the most dangerous cities in the country. So they've had to, yeah. There's a lot of seedy areas here. But there, like I said, it's mostly in southern Michigan. The worst thing we have to deal with up here, I remember in high school, some of the kids I knew, I'd actually grown up with them. They got arrested for doing a drive-by at a Christmas tree farm. And they didn't shoot anybody. They just shot the trees. And the owner caught him. It's like, what? Wait, you did what? Like, so yeah, it was, yeah. But then, like I said yesterday morning, one of the public schools here had a threat. So they locked down all the schools in town, which they're all within like a 5-6 mile radius. They locked down all the schools, and my son goes to the private school, so I go to drop him off, and there's, a state trooper and a sheriff posted up, one in the front of the school, one in the back, and it was kind of surreal to have to deal with that, but the threat was neutralized by like 11 a.m., so I went into work like normal, and the rest of the day was fine. Leo Red said Battle Creek, Michigan is kind of, oh, dude. Battle Creek, Benton Harbor, that's the west side of the state. Grand Rapids is nice, but there's some areas around Grand Rapids that they're hood. They're hood. Absolutely. Let's see, Johnny Cage, the JP7, the trees had it coming. They did. Those trees were talking shit. They knew what they were doing. Those trees knew. Those bastards, they knew. But yeah, like I said, I grew up in a town where there's more cows than people. So that's that's the way you do. You shoot the pine trees out there. And I want to give a shout out to Nerium for my my avatar here. That's me and Trey. That is drawn by the wonderful and talented Nerium, and you need to back Bonds the Drive. If you haven't yet, do it, because she's a talented artist, and you need to support independent creators and artists. There's a ton of great artists and creators in this community, and they need your support. So do it. Oh man. So let's see here. What else do I have for you this morning? Makini. Yeah. We talked about how wonderful Makini is at his art and his draw streams. Like I said, Makini Live coming back the 24th for season 4, I believe it is. So check him out. Pursuing Paranormal, he says, here in Florida, a lot of the people are cows. Dude, Michigan is like one of the most unhealthy states in the entire country. It's like one of the fattest states in the country. So, trust me, I know. Sketchbook says teachers should have weapons training, situational awareness. That's one of the things I argue for is if they're licensed and trained, the teachers should be able to carry in the classroom. Because our school's so small, they can't afford a full-time liaison officer. Which I mean, I would do armed security there in a heartbeat. But I don't have time. I don't. I wish I did. I'm there every day, but I'm so busy doing other stuff. And like I said, I have my first in-classroom teaching assignment on June 4th. They asked me this morning, so I will be actually substituting in class and not doing the normal PE teaching that I do. So yeah, it'll be fun. I got the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in there, the easiest class to handle. They're awesome. They really are, and it's like four days away from the end of the school year for them. So they're all going to be like, it's almost like senioritis, but it's just like ready summeritis, ready to get the heck out of school. But they like Mr. Pete, so I'm in their good graces and they're in mine. So, speaking of which, it is about that time for me to get ready to go to work. So I have to bid you adieu. Goodbye, farewell, adieu, Avidazane, sayonara. My sketchbook 340, Nerium, Machini, Snortopoopas, Q Burr, Pursuing Paranormal, Johnny Cage, JP7, Laylo Red, Miss Vassy Reviews, of course, John Davies, Donkeysaurus Rex, Keely Chow, Brutal Morningwood. I'm going back through Chris Underwood, Angelus Draven. Who else stopped in earlier? Tina Bojan. Brightest Day was here. Latino Slant, Pauly. Who else we got? I'm scrolling through. I don't want Phoenix Animation, my boy. We'll be hanging out actually in Grand Rapids in August at a Comic-Con. So I'm looking forward to that. Orville Nation, you can catch me over there tonight on PJ's channel at 5:30. We'll be reviewing episode 5, Priya. So you can join me over there. Join me and the crew over there. Saggy Melons. What's up, boo? How you doing? Thank you for joining us, girl. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Thank you. Arrivederci. Snortopoopas Q Burr. But thank you all for joining in, man. You guys are great. You make this fun. You make it worthwhile. And like I said, the morning show is fun for me because I get to just kind of come out and talk, and you guys just listen, and it's wonderful. Like I said, we peaked at 16 people in the chat during the morning show, so thank you all. I hope I was able to entertain you a little bit, and I sound all right. Just have a good day, love. Well, thank you, hon. You have a great day as well. Brutal Morningwood says y'all stay hard. Brutal Morningwood, thank you, brother, for commenting on the videos and subscribing. Share the stream out, guys. Share the links. And not just for me, for your other favorite YouTubers, too. We appreciate it. We do. I know some people get tired of hearing it in the videos, but we do appreciate it. It means a lot to get our product in front of an audience that may not see us. So thank you all. Truly, it's appreciated. And like I said, look out for... Return of the Living Dead Part 2. That release will be coming out on Saturday. I'll have that set to premiere. Saggy, I'm gonna DM you. Next time we do a ladies' night stream on Wednesday night. I don't know if you're streaming on Wednesdays, but you're more than welcome to join us, hun, if you want to join in on that. So with that being said, folks, I'm Etepo Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. And remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one. Star-Lord, take him home.